Guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I want to say this is episode 19, if I think right, if I remember right. But it's a big episode. I kind of been waiting a while to put this one together. A lot of things happening in this episode. A lot of things have happened in life to kind of delay this episode from coming out. But we're here. We made it. We're still crushing goals. And I want to start off with telling you guys I got a new shop. We're going to do a little shop tour. We'll start off with a little bit about what the shop looked like before. The past tenant passed away. He was a hoarder. He had lots and lots and lots of stuff. And it took almost 2 months of moving everything out, getting it all cleaned up. Finally got the shop, started paying rent on it. Had a lot of hurdles in life, and you know, we just keep climbing that hill. Sometimes you have to go back down, but as long as you keep pushing forward, you always make it ahead. So this is where we are today. If you see the default picture, you know what's in store for later on in the video. But let's get into it. I basically have this parking spot, this parking spot, this parking spot. That's the third trailer of metal. And I just basically all the stuff in metal just gets thrown away. And I can clear this place out and start painting it and build my attic and get ready to move 2 cars in here. But it's like there's still all this stuff that has to go. But long, slow process. So big changes. We got rid of the crap paint and I went and bought some flat white brand new paint. And I talked to the lady and she said for all the, it's like 700 square feet. She said I should be able to get it done 2 coats with 1 5-gallon. And then I bought a gallon of accent paint. It's kind of like a darker gray. That I'd like to do that shelf over there. And then all of the workbenches. I'd like to have a nice white wall and then all of the workbenches in that gray accent color. So I'm gonna pound this and get to work. Well, tough to say, I just don't know how to do things that fast. So I fixed the drywall, used an entire roll of tape. But this wall has bugged me since I decided to move in here, because I'm a visual person, and duct tape just doesn't look good to me. I didn't want to paint over duct tape, so I fixed the holes, the ones that I care about. Some of them I just taped over, and you know, there's only so much I could do, like a 2x4 sticking out of the hole. I can't really fix it. I'm not going to fix it. I don't own this place. But it's time to start mudding. The plan is to mud it, sand it, paint it, be done with this place. So here's a little teaser. I gotta get it cleaned up, but I'm gonna start moving in tomorrow. I got the fan working up here. Literally got this whole place cleaned out. It front to back, side to side. There was no walking space. It was all just crap. from the previous tenant being a hoarder. And I got 3 coats of paint on that wall, 2 coats of primer on that wall, 3 coats of paint. I fixed all the drywall, 3 coats of paint on that wall. I painted the entire workbench. I'm gonna do one more coat because all the sanding dust that's on it. Put new lights in it. And tomorrow I'm gonna start moving all my stuff in. Can't wait to have both my Impalas in here. Boom! Welcome to the shop. As you guys can see, it's a huge improvement from what it was. When I first rented this place, it was wall to wall, front to back, no walking space. The entire thing was just full of junk. The previous tenant was a hoarder and liked to keep everything, and he did. So it took us about 2 months to get this place cleaned up, cleared out. Probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks it took me to get the whole place painted and new lights installed and all the things like that. And one of my favorite things about this shop is that fan up there, because it gets rid of all the hot air that this shop holds. And I put a daily reminder to be great. No matter what I'm about to do when I leave this shop, I have a reminder to be great. So, got a little workbench that came with the shop. Actually a big workbench. Love all the counter space I have. Plenty of room to do a lot of things. Got cameras for anybody trying to creep. A lot of storage up top. Just some of my favorite keepsake things. You know, lowrider for life. Some childhood memories and stuff. Then I have the workstation. This is where all my videos get edited, all my client work gets done, all my photography gets edited. I've had that sign since probably high school, so I felt it was only right to put it right above. You guys know the fridge. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you guys saw that episode. And the reason that I took so much time making the wall look decent, and I say decent because it's not perfect, the drywall still sucks, but it's because I'm a photographer, and I spent a year traveling the US shooting all the lowrider shows, and these are some of my favorite cars, and I wanted to display them in a proper manner, so anybody that walks into the shop can see what I'm about, see what I do. And that was the biggest thing to me for this shop, let alone for the space, was having that big wall to display all my artwork. My skim boards that I customized, repainted. And then I have the current state of my car, as I like to call it. I have the new floor pan with all the braces. I have my bucket seats. I have the rocker panels. I have the back seat. I have 2 brand new quarter panels. And that's pretty much, after this episode, the next stage of where we're going with the car. I gotta start saving up some money and get all those parts welded onto the body. And then we could join the body with the frame and get ready for paint. Got my radiator. I have this clip from the front of my car. I had it on Marketplace for a while. I was gonna try and sell it, but I figured it'd be cool to probably put it up on the back wall back there. It's just like a cool piece of art, you know. Have a little 63 Impala grill on the front of the wall or something. But this is pretty much the shop. I know you guys remember my lowrider bike from that episode. This thing puts a big smile on my face anytime I take it out, and I ride it all the time. That's why I haven't restored it yet. Got a little wash sink for, you know, end of the day, wash all the grease off your hands. But this is pretty much the new shop, and I love everything about it. Special shout out to my boy Junior. Thank you again for the lights. They really set the vibe in here. This place had horrible lighting, and now I feel like I could do surgery if I had to. But This is a little bit of the shop tour. Just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse because I did a shop tour on the channel earlier when I had a smaller shop, and now I have a lot more things to put in here. So that's what you guys are really here for. So let's get to it. It's been almost a year to get to this point. Before I go any farther, I just want to give a huge, I'm talking about huge, my arms don't even stretch wide enough, huge shout out to every single buddy that works at Firm Hydro Works. You guys are amazing. You guys are magicians with metal. You guys make magic, that's all I can say. And I'm super grateful for all the hurdles that life has thrown at me. You guys were able to just keep jumping those hurdles and help me make it to the deadline. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys, Firm Hydro Works, you're the best in the biz, and I'm super grateful to not only be a client, but to have made a great friendship with you guys. Another huge shout out, another great friend, Alex at Hoppos. You're an awesome dude, and I'm so grateful that you're as knowledgeable as you are, that when I tell you this is the goal, this is what we're trying to do, you just do all the calculations and send a box, and the box shows up and we're able to put things together. Special shout out to Curry for teaming up with Hoppos. I'll get more into it, but I just want to say thank you to Curry for making some dope stuff. Alex for kind of bragging rights that I'm the first one with one. So I'm sure we've had it a good couple months now. There's probably more people that have purchased them from them, but kind of like to pop my collar when I get to say I was the very first one to purchase one, and I have it on my car. So, you know, as I build this car, I have little things that are little jewels that I get to remember while building this whole car. And that's the whole reason I have this YouTube channel. None of the ads on these videos do I ever see a penny of. I only have like 100 subscribers. I do this so that way I can look back and see what it took to get to the end goal. Like when I did my van build, I could always go back and be like, man, it's cool to see what I had to go through to get to where I am now. Because without my van, I wouldn't be able to build this car. This car is way too expensive to be paying rent and doing all those things. So I'm a van lifer, in case you don't know. Go back and watch some of the other videos. But let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about lowriding and what it means to me, because I've been a lowrider fan since I was a kid. I want to say when I was a kid, I don't know exactly what age. One Christmas, my mom got me a Lowrider magazine subscription, and it just became a family thing to where every year for a Christmas present, I got another Lowrider year subscription. So I had every single issue from, let's just say 6th grade, until high school, until my senior year of high school. I had every single issue, to where like if I missed an issue, I'd call Lowrider and I'd order that issue and they'd send it to me. And it's one of the biggest mistakes I ever did in my life. You know how you always fight with your parents? Well, I figured I would prove to my mom that I was the winner of the fight, whatever it was, and I threw all my Lowrider magazines away. It's the biggest mistake in my entire life. It's the one regret that I have. I wish I would have kept them, because not only was it a bunch of money and all the storage space that I had, I would love to go back right now and just grab an issue from 1992 and look through it. They're not printed anymore. They're not tangible. So that's one of the things I miss, is that I've been a lowrider fan my whole life, and that's one of the mistakes I made in life, but you know, that's a very small thing. I remember being probably in my 20s when one of my friends, Tom, was going to go buy a car with hydraulics, and I was just with him that day, and we took a test drive of it. I remember him turning this corner and hitting three-wheel, and all I could see was blue sky. It was so crazy. Nothing but blue sky. It was just so cool. I can still remember that day. And I know I've always wanted a lowrider ever since that moment. Ever since that moment where you just see somebody playing with the car. It's so much fun. In the last like 2 years, I've made a lot of friends that have lowriders, that I photographed their lowriders, and we've just made a good community, or I've joined a good community of friends that all have these really cool cars. So I decided it was time to build one for myself, and that's why we are sitting here on mine. And this one is going to be a special one because, like I said, I've been a lowrider junkie since I was a kid, and I feel like every car has to have a specialty to it. Every car has its own little key trait. In mine, I keep nicknaming it the three-wheel monster because I want to be different than everybody else. And if there's a row of cars, we're all sitting three, I want to be just a little bit higher, or I want to be able to do a little bit more, or I just want my car to be able to three-wheel really nice. And one of the main reasons is because I want the bottom of my car to look as clean as the top of my car. So yes, the entire bottom of my car is going to be painted. The top of my car will be painted. It will all be as smooth as a show car. It's been a dream of mine, so this car is going to be as nice as possible. So part of the things that I did my research, and I talked to some of the best in the biz, and I asked their opinions, and I asked other people's opinions, and I just kind of started picking people's brains to figure out what was the best way to do it. And when we started building this car, not only did I order the Curry shortened rear end, so that way if I decide to go with skirts, the rear end will fit. I had Alex build me a custom trimmed out wishbone. I had Renee build me very long trailing arms. I went with 22-inch telescopic cylinders in the rear, so I have super high lockup. And with that super high lockup, I should be able to drop the ass in and lift one of the wheels up. And that's the goal, is to be able to three-wheel super high. You know, it's not claiming to be any title holder or this or that. I'm just building a car that's gonna fit my needs and satisfy all my wants. I don't plan on ever hopping this car. I'm sure a couple times I'm just gonna, you know, be able to say I did it and get the front wheels off the ground just to have those bragging rights. But I'm really building this car to be able to move it while I'm driving it, but to be able to do three-wheel when I go to a car show and let it just sit there all day and let people see all the work that we put into this car, and just kind of go from there. I'll show some little close-up shots while I'm talking, and let you guys kind of see that we're here. We built it. We're sitting on it. It's home. There's been a lot of hurdles. A year ago, I gave a guy a 50% down payment to wrap the frame, and no shade, no bad drama, no hate, no nothing like that, but I kind of lost confidence in his work quality, I should say. I asked him about doing some custom things with the trailing arms, and I just didn't feel like he was the one to do it. So that's why I reached out to Firm Hydro Works, and I asked them if they were confident in doing what I wanted to do. 100% in the first 5 minutes of talking on the phone, I got the confidence back that I was looking for. You know, when I'm going to spend this amount of money, I'm going to send something of this caliber to have it built. You want to believe in the people that you're having do the work for you. So I knew that Firm Hydro Works was the shop I was going to shop with, which is funny to even think about that. When I first got this car, I want to say 3 years ago, I saw a frame for sale on Marketplace, and I did the research and contacted the shop that built it, Firm Hydro Works. Didn't know who they were back then. I sent them a message, man, I want to get a frame wrapped, how much is it, da 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 da. And I never got a reply. And it's crazy how they say things that aren't meant to be don't happen when you want them to happen, because I didn't have that kind of money back then. I didn't understand what this car was going to be when I bought this car. I thought when I bought this car that I'd throw some wire wheels on it, put a stereo in it, paint it, and be a lowrider. And when I bought my car, it was a lemon. I bought it from New Jersey off a marketplace. Never got to see it. And I'm still 3 years later, every time I do work on the car, I still find new things that I'm like, wow, this guy didn't know what he had. He was building this car so wrong. Like the frame on the car sitting on the frame now, the entire middle section of the drive shaft is missing. The whole bottom section is gone. There is no middle section to the drive shaft, which is like, what? What are you talking about? The frame horns are bent, and they're, I want to say, hot glued together. Like what? Whew. Everything on the car, the body's got so many things. The quarter panels are riveted to the roof. It's like, man, this car was a lemon. But I used to cry about it, and now I just laugh about it because I'm getting to build my dream car this way. It wasn't meant to be for me just to buy a car and then have it instantly and then become a lowrider. This car is gonna be every nut and bolt on this car is gonna be replaced with a new, upgraded, best of the quality. Everything on this car is the best of the best. It's all that I can say. I already have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the best of the best parts, best of the best custom work. Everything that you see in this picture is handmade, 101. This frame, they don't just order off the shelf. Somebody actually bent this panel and welded it. Somebody actually grinded this. Somebody actually had to cut these panels, and it's a whole long process. I know a lot of my subscribers that have lowriders know exactly what it takes, but if you don't, just understand that all of these things are handmade. That trailing arm is almost 3 feet long. You can't buy that. You can't order that. You have to make it. You have to get a piece of metal and you have to bend it, weld it, curve it, do all the things. Right by an airport in case you don't know. But yeah, everything on this car is handmade. Which yes, it ups the value. It ups the price. But it's worth it to me because this is gonna be my car. It's not just a car I bought. This car is built. It's built, not bought, as everybody likes to throw that out there. I didn't just buy this lowrider, I built this lowrider. But I don't know, I just wanted to take a little bit to thank the people that helped me get here. I thank the people that are watching, and I thank the people that are supporting me to allow me to get to this point. And we have so much more to go, so much farther to go to get this, to be able to flip the first switch. But I just wanted to give a little bit more in this episode. I wanted to give a little backstory, a little talk about what we've done, where we're going. Alright guys, well, we had to take it inside because in summertime it rains every day. Well, to catch up, I forgot where we were before the rain came. And just to talk about some of the custom work that went into this build. We stretched the trailing arm mounts 5 inches forward, which totals, these are 33-inch trailing arms, which will help for a higher lockup. Did 2.5 ton pre-cut springs, and I went with 22-inch telescopic cylinders. And you know, this is my first lowrider, but I feel like that's going to give me a super high lockup, which will allow me to get a really nice 3-wheel. And like we were talking about before, I got the shortened rear end from Curry, who partnered up with Hoppos, and it's just a badass piece of work. I never wanted to be that guy, but I don't want to put Ford parts on my Chevy, so Curry was always going to be the company that I went with. That's the goal, is to get this thing painted sooner than later, and determine how we're going to do it. What trim panels we're going to do, what's going to get metal flaked, what's going to get painted, and how cool is this car going to be when it's done. And then once this is done, like I was saying, then it's back to working on the body. I got to get all this new metal put on the body, and then we can start working on the interior. Because once this is painted, once the metal's done, I want to join both the cars together and start working on the interior of the car. Then we'll start juicing the trunk and literally paint the car and assemble it and start driving it. I think 2025 is going to be my deadline. You know, I got to make some ridiculous deadlines like I always do, but it keeps me focused, keeps me dedicated, and it keeps me disciplined. So, I don't know how much more I'm going to say about this. You know what? Let me take that back. Let me say one last thing, because there's one more person I want to say thank you to. These wheels were given to me from a total stranger. I joined a couple Facebook groups when I bought this car, and I remember one day this guy posted, he said, "Hey, who's in Florida?" You know, I like having conversations with people, so I said, "I am." And so he sent me a DM. He said, "I'm in this town, and I bought some new wheels, and I'm looking to give away my old wheels." And at first I thought it was a scam. I was like, what the heck? Why would somebody just give away a set of wheels? But the dude's backstory, he had every reason to give away a set of wheels. He's just that kind of dude. Super humble dude. He's been through a lot of trials and tribulations in his life, and he just wanted to help out the next man. And I was lucky enough to be the one to reply to his comment. And he sent me his address, and I went and picked up a set of used wheels. These are 13x7. They're an off-brand. I don't know what brand they are. I recently bought new knockoffs for them. I bought new chips for them. These are the dice that he had on his. And I remember he messaged me, and he's like, "Man, I gave you my dice and I meant to keep them." So I told him I'd put them to good use. But Joe, I just want to say thank you, man. You're an awesome dude, and I still have the wheels. I didn't sell them, and I'm going to be putting them to use. These will be the first set of wheels that I ride on. And once the car is painted and it's ready for shows, I will get my all gold Daytons. But these are my babies for now, and we're gonna give them some love. Well guys, I don't know what more to say. Obviously there's a lot to say, but I'm just gonna wrap it here. You know, is a little shop tour, the new shop. Got some new toys to put in the shop. I got more room for my car. Once it's done, bring it over here, join them together. Pretty soon we'll have a completed lowrider. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is @ShooterChief. I have a very big following in the lowrider community over there. I'd love to get those followers over here because I have 10 times the subscribers over there as I do on my YouTube channel. But I do the YouTube channel for fun. I don't make any money from this. It's just a chance for me to look back and see what I went through. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been here from the start. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to anybody that's about to subscribe. And thanks for being a part of this because it gives me a little reason to make another video and share my joys with you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.